It's a good night to be in Mount Gilead, a celebration of a program on the rise. Youth Night in Morrow County is taken very seriously by these two sides. Mount Gilead and Cardington get set to square off in a renewal of the Battle of 42, and it's coming to you live and free next on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, Coach.
Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Berardi! Get in here and show them how it's done. Yes, Coach.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It is time for your Morrow County Jobs and Family Services pregame show as we are back at the reservation. Mount Gilead and those Lady Indians just fell to East Knox a few days ago. Looking for some lick back here against a big rival in Cardington as Morrow County has flooded here to the gym tonight.
Yeah, quite a few people here considering what happened on Thursday night when we came. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer in the gym when it comes to the shooting that we saw the other night, but the Battle of 42 is on.
Absolutely. So you see both teams warming up here out on the floor. And we're going to go ahead and talk about a team that we have not seen very much of this season, and that is the Cardington-Lincoln Lady Pirates. So they come into today 5-13. They were, however, one of Mount Gilead's just 2 wins in the KMAC, so they're looking to avenge themselves here today.
Yeah, a little bit of a revenge game for Mount Gilead. That was about 7 games ago, I believe, and it was Mount Gilead's last victory. So hopefully they can repeat what they did before and get on the winning track before the tournament begins.
So Paige Klinger, the head coach for this group, 4-9 in the KMAC this year. And then you look at their shooting splits, not terrible in the 3-point percentage, but when you look at the 30% from the field number, that's something that's a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, actually, you're going to see that both ways actually tonight, but I think they're a pretty good free throw shooting team, about 58%. So hopefully they can get themselves to the line and take advantage of a couple of their superstar players.
And speaking of superstars, Jill Bertke is certainly one of them, averaging a double-double. She's the only player in the KMAC averaging a double-double, and she's handily averaging that.
I'll tell you what, you can average 14 and 13. Some people might be looking at her for maybe the next level. Who knows? But a nice 45% field goal percentage, as you can see on the screen as well. But 13 rebounds a game. I'm excited to watch her, see how she gets that.
Yeah, absolutely. So 14 points, 13 rebounds, also 2.5 blocks, 1.5 steals. So she's a stat sheet stuffer, and you're going to see her in full effect today. But you've also got some pretty good shooters. You've got London Blevins, who shoots over 100 threes, has shot over 100 threes this season. And then also you've got some other players to keep an eye on. Celia Hall is another name to watch, especially out in the perimeter.
Yeah, you could have an advantage of an inside-outside game that you can take advantage of that. So it'll be interesting to see. And we were talking before the game, one of the best names in the KMAC, London.
Yeah. London.
LUNDYN.
Absolutely.
Gotta love it.
We love to hear that. And then also Mount Gilead, as I could barely hear you with the pep band playing next to us. But Mount Gilead, great atmosphere tonight. Great chance for them to snap a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we saw the other night, I believe they shot 6 for 35. I wouldn't doubt if they made 6 baskets in the first quarter tonight. They've just got way too many good players between Kendall Neal and Pohlkotte. It's just going to be a whole different game tonight, I think, for them. I'm sure they've had a couple practices and the game that they played on Thursday, and I expect a lot better things.
Yeah, the offense has hit that roadblock for sure, and that average that you see in the last 10 games, 34.5, that dipped quite a bit after that East Knox game on Thursday. But Danny Balt has his team trying to bounce back here. Of course, I've talked to Coach Balt and then also the AD Balt, and they've both talked to me about this team, they look great in practice every single day. It's just they got to get it out to the court.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny is we were talking about the last time we had them, but they're supposed to be the fastest paced team in the league, and I believe Cardington is second or third. So we might see a lot of up and down, but the other night we see a lot of standing around and not being aggressive offensively. So I'm sure that's going to be a change that we'll see tonight.
Cassidy Irwin was a name that popped up quite a bit early on in that game against East Knox. She was able to get some good rebounds and some putbacks. I think if they want to win today, her matchup with Jill Bertke is going to be what we watch tonight.
Yeah, we saw her one the other night, and we thought, you know, she might be that little secret third scorer for Mount Gilead, but she is the biggest rebounding threat. But tonight, she's going against the best of the best.
So 5.5 points, 5.5 rebounds per game, and you see that she could pass it a little bit. She loves to have the basketball at her hands as well, just tries to take the load off of Kendall Neal and Danny Pohlkotte. So not just her, but there's some other names that you're looking for to try and get themselves involved tonight.
Yeah, they got to find something a little bit different because what they've had in the last 6-7 games just hasn't been effective offensively. So I would say no fear of shooting from any of the other teammates. Let the ball fly. You've got an opportunity maybe for more offensive rebounds and get the ball down low if you can.
Keys to victory for Cardington, and kind of what we were talking about with Mount Gilead, looking for some spread out offense. If you're Cardington, let's just let it happen, and just anybody but 22, anybody but Pohlkotte tonight.
Yeah, Pohlkotte, they're going to have to hope that Pohlkotte shot like she shot the other night when it wasn't very well, which is going to be it'll be hard to see that happen again. But you're right, just stay true to what you are and who you are, and don't let that one person beat you because she can do it all by herself.
And then also don't get your bigs in foul trouble. But you know that Alexis Longsdorf, we haven't even mentioned yet, can also get involved inside. Jill Bertke, you don't want to see her get in foul trouble because that's a lot of your offense as well. And then for Mount Gilead on the other side of things, we already kind of touched on the first key. Find that second, even third scorer, but also get back to that pace that we've heard about in practice and we've seen in previous games, but you want to control it a bit. You had some turnovers on Thursday.
Yeah, 24 turnovers on Thursday. Just can't afford to do that tonight. I think if they can keep themselves at 15 or less, they're going to have a lot better chance. These two played before, and it was a 36-30 game, so actually low scoring. I'd like to see that pick up and get into the 40s tonight.
And before we take a break here and let the national anthem take over the gym, want to take a second to thank your sponsors bringing you the live and free coverage here today. Shout out to Morrow County Jobs and Family Services. Call the number in the description or visit their location in Mount Gilead to see what services are available for your family. Also a shout out to Eight Sisters Bakery, located at exit 151 just off 71 North in Mount Gilead. Mike Sayers Farms is a local farm family. Mike farms with his 4 sons and specializes in grain farming and raising beef and pork. They sell meat directly from their farm to your table. You can call 419-210-0322 for inquiries. Laborers Local 1216. Feel the power of Local Union 1216, serving members in North Central Ohio with workplace safety, protection, training, and more. You can find out online on our website more and our Facebook page in the description. Also a shout out to our commercial sponsors, Spherion Mid-Ohio, also Avita Home Health and Hospice, and Schmidt Security Pro. We'll step aside, come back. Tip-off is next on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Brody, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Wrapping up your pregame show. My mistake.
Well, let's predict the score while we're at the postgame show.
Well, right now it's 0-0. So pregame show here on the OH Report. Jonathan Langdon alongside Craig Faldy. Great crowd here today from Mount Gilead as 2 crosstown rivals or cross-county rivals face off against each other. Cardington up against Mount Gilead. So let's go ahead and take a look at both of those team starters here today. We'll start with the visiting Lady Pirates. Their player spotlight wears number 2, Jill Bertke, 5'8" forward. She will start underneath as just a junior. Also starting number 11, the junior, Celia Hall, shooter, 5'7" shooting guard. And then also number 12, Jillian Howe, a senior, standing 5'5", and then the 6-foot center is a junior wearing number 13, Alexis Longdorf. And then rounding out the starting lineup, London Blevins wears number 30. She is the point guard. A junior, stands 5'5". And then at home here for Mount Gilead, the starters for them, Kendall Neal, a senior, point guard for this team. She will start out the starting 5. And then also number 12, Kenley Trainer, just a junior. Bailey Balt, the sophomore, wears number 14. And then also number 22, the leading scorer for this team, third leading scorer in the KMAC, Danielle Pohlkotte, is a senior alongside her senior counterpart inside. Cassidy Irwin is your player spotlight today. She wears number 25. Mount Gilead this year, 5-10 on the year, 2-8 in the KMAC, a record that could be deceiving with the competition that we're going to see tonight because Mount Gilead did knock off Cardington earlier on this year for one of those 2 wins.
Yeah, and they're a little bit more of a senior-laden team versus Cardington. So if you're Cardington, you're got to be a little excited about next year. You got 4 starters coming back and 2 of your best players as well. So should be a fantastic game tonight between 2, as you stated, heated rivals from up and down State Route 42.
So Mount Gilead will get their starters announced here as a lot of things going on at Mount Gilead tonight. We had during the JV game at the halftime, fifth graders took over the court. They played for about 5 or 7 minutes while the JV teams were in the locker rooms. And then also we're going to see, I believe the 6th graders are going to play at halftime of this varsity game. And we'll show that to you live and free during our halftime show as well. And then also plenty of other kids. They celebrated some milestones for Mount Gilead. They kind of have like, if you ever remember those summer reading programs you had at your local libraries, they do that for this basketball program. So they've got a 5,000 shot club. They've got a 10,000 shot club. They honored all of those honorees tonight. Yeah,
I had to take a picture with my personal phone of all those kids on the court between the ages of 4th grade and 7th grade. They strung almost the entire court. So you want to build a program, this is how you do it.
And I think absolutely we're going to see that this crowd stay as the years go on for this Mount Gilead program, especially if all these kids stay with it. Yep. And we could start seeing some real quality basketball from Mount Gilead. Of course, they still play great as it sits right now. In fact, we see a lot of deep postseason runs from Mount Gilead as they've kind of adapted that underdog mentality. And a lot of the players on the floor have experience in that, as some of the seniors had some special playoff runs. They lose the tip here, however, and we are underway as London Blevins brings the ball up the floor for Cardington.
You see a lot of ball movement and quickness with both teams.
Shot hits the side of the backboard. Great defense by Kenley Traynor. And Mount Gilead looking to push the pace. Pohlkotte, right wing 3, way too long. And Longsdorf comes down with the rebound.
We mentioned in the pregame about both teams pretty fast-paced, not high-scoring, but fast-paced. A lot of passing, a lot of ball movement on both sides.
You're going to see a lot of work with Longsdorf, a great passer for this team on those elbows. As a 3's missed on the right wing by Hall, and Traynor gets in for the jump. So Cardington this season, 5-13, 4-10 in the KMAC, or 4-9 in the KMAC. This is their final league game of the season.
They're putting on a full court press here. Looks like a diamond in 1.
Ball dribbles through a couple defenders. Ball enters into Irwin, and she threw it away. Wasn't even looking towards the basket.
Yeah, once you catch a ball in there, we've always been stressing this whole year, hey, face the basket first and foremost, then you can always kick it back out. Quick turnover there. So I believe she was wide open once she caught the ball.
She was. The closest person to her was her own teammate. Tight pressure from Bailey. She's going to get called for a hand check as Hall dribbled around her. Celia Hall, just about 6.5 points per game.
They're a well-rounded team, even though you've got the impressive 14 and 13 double-double machine out there. You still have 3 or 4 other scorers.
And Jill Bertke, on a rough pass, loses the ball out of bounds. So that's a turnover for Cardington, the team that averages 18.5 of those per game.
Yeah, I think the key for both teams tonight is to keep yourself about 15 or less. You're going to have a really good chance to win this game.
Pohlkotte tries to find Irwin on the block. Great recovery by Longsdorf. So see a baseline out of bounds here for MG. It'll be a lineup.
You mentioned Longsdorf is a 6-foot-tall junior.
Yes. Pohlkotte knocks down the 3 to get the scoring started.
It's good for her after the night that she had on Thursday to come in here and be confident. She's taken the first 2 threes of the game.
So early on in the game, she's 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Jill Bertke gets past her initial defender, kicks it out. Celia Hall responds well. Celia is now 9 for 44 this season from deep. Pohlkotte zips one cross court, and a foul will be called.
First foul against Cardington.
That'll go on Jill Bertke, so someone you don't want to get in foul trouble picks up her first.
Yeah, one of the keys that you mentioned at the start of the game is to keep her and Longsdorf out of foul trouble. Be the key ingredient for Cardington's victory today.
Watching Mount Gilead shoot over this 2-3 out of Cardington. It allows them to get a long rebound, and Pohlkotte scored all 5 of Mount Gilead's points here just in the first 2.5. Crossover move, Blevins left the basketball behind, Balt scoops it up. Bailey leads the charge, takes it through a couple defenders. Shot no good, good rebound by Longsdorf for the moment. It leaks out, Pohlkotte picks it up and is short on the 3. Saved back for MG. Pohlkotte thought about trying again, has it poked. Great hands, London Blevins the other way. Draws a foul.
Good call by the official on that one. It's a great take by Blevins.
London averages 9 points a game. She'll have a chance to score her first few here at the line.
I don't think we're going to see 14 points from Mount Gilead tonight. I
Yeah.
think we might see that here in the first quarter. It's impressive how they've already gotten 6 shots off already.
First shot is a swish for London Blevins. 53% free throw shooter. This will be her 32nd free throw of the year.
She's got a nice ball rotation, nice arch on it.
And she bounces it home to tie it at 5. Full court pressure out of Cardington. Mount Gilead responds well until Trainer travels.
But they're doing exactly what you need to do is reverse the ball, kick it to the middle, and send it up court. They broke it pretty easily so far.
Bertke sits on the left wing. She'll dribble towards the middle. Gives it away to Hall. Give and go. Bertke gets the switch. Hooks it over Trainer.
She's got a whole lot of athleticism there inside.
And a dangerous ball to Neal. It's taken away. Blevins short on the layup. And Pohlkotte fouled on the leak out. Take a look at that play from Jill from a few moments ago. Very good touch around the rim, especially when she gets the height advantage.
They called that one on Cardington. Looks like.
Yep. Trainer dribbles into a trap and a jump ball before she could get it away to Danny. Arrow towards Cardington.
I love the pace, but it's a little bit out of control with 8 turnovers so far tonight. I'll never forget the game we did a couple of weeks ago. Here's our 9th. Game we did a couple of weeks ago at the Fredericktown-Danville boys game.
Oh, yeah.
Sold out gym. Fredericktown had 2 turnovers the entire evening.
That's probably one of the
Never
most
seen
impressive performances I've seen in a long time. And shout out also, unfortunately for Fredericktown, the girls fell to Centerburg, so I want to shout out the Lady Trojans for sealing at least a share of the KMAC title earlier today. They won 38-33 over the Lady Freddies as Balt airballs the 3 right in front of Cardington student section.
Yeah, and one of the more exciting KMAC girls basketball years that we've ever had. 3 teams going for number 1.
I do not have an update from Loudonville, as they would be the team that shares. They got to travel here on Longsdorf. They would be the team that shares with Centerburg in that title if they can beat Northmore today.
Yep, all they have to do is hold court, and if they do that, but Northmore, no slouch, they're like 7-5 or 8-5 in the league as well.
This year for the KMAC, it's really been a 4-horse race. When you look at Centerburg, Fredericktown, Loudonville, and then also Northmore, who is a forgotten foe. They started out so well and then slid a little bit in the standings, but they're still very formidable, and they could help Centerburg clinch an outright title.
Yeah, and I think each one of the teams in the bottom 4 had an upset win versus the teams in the top 4 this year.
Yes. Long pass as Cardington's looking to force the issue, and a foul on Balt. That's going to be her second. Got a hand on that long pass, just went a little bit too aggressive after the fact.
It looks like we're going to, if I was Coach Bolt, I might be making a substitution here. It looks like we're about to get that substitution. I believe the freshman, correct?
Yeah, so that'll be McKinley Bump. Had some good quality time with the now 13-1 Mount Gilead JV team.
Yeah, that JV team is going to be fun to watch here in the future.
Very disciplined group. Trapped in the corner. Post entry. Bertke gets it right back out. Shots blocked, but a rebound inside. Blevins cleans it up. It is 9-5 Cardington.
Cardington looking like a little bit more of a physical team than Mount Gilead at this point.
Good poke by Hall on the defense as Bump loses it out of bounds. We'll stay here though.
So we always talk about how styles make games and such. We're going to have our first timeout from Coach Bolt. And it's just always go back to the first time they met. What was the outcome? It was 36-30 in favor of Mount Gilead. So let's see if that holds.
Shout out to the Mount Gilead Pep Band making their way in today as you hear them to our right.
It's an exciting Saturday night here in Mount Gilead. Big crowd.
And the 7:30 Saturday night games are starting to become a lost art, but it's the best time to get everybody into the building.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And we're seeing that in full effect here tonight.
Gives you a whole day to get all your chores done and your any kind of travel or shopping that you like to do or food. Just enjoy the night watching basketball instead of watching something at home on the TV.
Go grab some pork from Mike Sayer Meats.
Yeah.
Head over to Eight Sisters Bakery.
I talked myself right into those two places for sure, just for their sponsorships.
Brandon in the game for the first time out of this timeout. She finds Pohlkotte, who has all 5 Mount Gilead points up to this point. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It is 9-5 Cardington. Back in fourth play as this 2-3 zone hits Mount Gilead. Now in the corner, Pohlkotte no good on the 3. Bertke fights for another rebound. Blevins, spin move on Pohlkotte, steps through 2, and she's fouled by Irwin.
Well, she's really good at drawing fouls, that's for sure. That'll be the 4th foul on the Lady Indians tonight. Bonus time with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Two shots for London. First one off the front rim and outs. Longsdorff, a very quick break. I think she went out during that timeout, but she's already back in the game.
Yeah, you want to keep her in the court as much as possible.
Blevins now 2 for 3 at the line, make it 3 for 4. As they've now doubled the score of MG here at home.
And MG had started out with 5 points in the first 2.5 minutes, and now they've been held scoreless for 4.
The freshman opened for 3, no good. Irwin the rebound, up and under, and she banks it in. Their player spotlight with a nice start to the first quarter.
She's not afraid against who she's playing against at all.
Longsdorff cut off on the drive.
That'll be foul number 5 against Mount Gilead.
And it goes on number 5. Charlie Brandon picks it up.
Some more free throws coming our way.
It's our first time seeing Cardington in these Lady Pirates. Cray and I, at least.
Yeah, it's interesting when you finally get to start. The first time we saw Loudonville when they knocked off Centerburg in Centerburg's home gym.
Good first shot there for Alexis. I got to see them a few times last year, sparingly, but it seemed like it all came within like a week span, and it was one of the better weeks of the season that they had because they knocked out Fredericktown in a big upset last year when we got to see them, and then they also played a really good game against East Knox. So both of the times I got to watch them last year, they won. So they must be happy to hear me again.
You might be their golden charm.
Pohlkotte works around a double. Bumps had a lot of the basketball here in this first. Gives it off to her senior, and she's fouled up in the air.
The first free throws of the night for the Lady Indians.
Just late there on the contest.
Probably not the girl you want to foul. I believe she shoots about 66%, Danielle Pohlkotte. Pohlkotte was held to, what, 2-3 points on Thursday? Averages 16 on the season going into that game. Got 6 tonight already.
And she goes 1 for 2 at the line. And this ball bounces out for Cardington. It's 12-8.
East Knox putting a little mild man-to-man press on full court. Forced a turnover and a foul.
So you'll take that if you're Mount Gilead.
Absolutely.
Starting to stack up those fouls on Cardington as Cardington's in the bonus, so you're trying to get to where they're at.
Yep, that will put Mount Gilead in the bonus for the last minute and a half. So one of the rare games we've had where the first quarter both teams are going to be in the bonus with plenty of time to score some points with the clock not running.
Back to the corner, bump, another try. This one also off. And Bertke takes it in stride, nearly loses it, and it looks like she does. Maybe touch that sideline as she tried to save it.
Cardington just a little bit out of control there. That's their 7th turnover here in the first quarter. Mount Gilead has 5, so a little sloppy play tonight with a lot of fouling to boot.
Another shot from that corner. Bump has been active. And Hall strips it away on the rebound.
Cardington with only 7 field goal attempts here in the first quarter compared to 14 by East Knox.
Mount Gilead, sir.
Sorry. Mount Gilead.
Sorry, I have to correct
what side
you.
of the
I
highway
have to correct
was
you
on.
at least once.
What part of the county am I at tonight?
Got a foul on the side on the baseline. Got 2 free throws coming up.
Well, for being color deficient, I think I got that at least the same school colors.
Yeah.
Or close thereof.
Blake Cronin at the free throw line here makes the first. Second shot just bounces out. And Neal on the other side carried. Not something you see called very often. But here's a replay again, thanks to Mike Sayers Farms.
Yeah. When it appeared that she still had the ball, a little control with her hand. Extra step before she put a dribble out there. So 2-2-1 full court press right now by Mount Gilead.
Ball thrown into danger, but it works out for Cardington. Get the layup with Longsdorff. 15-8 start to this first quarter. They're looking for revenge here today. 6 seconds left in the first.
So far, so good in that quest.
Bump finds Neal. Did she get it off in time? Doesn't matter. Missed off to the left, and that will end the first quarter. Cardington comes out here on the road, and they lead by 7 as we head to the second on the OH Report.
Being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
And we're back with second quarter action from Mount Gilead High School as Lady Indians trail by 7 to their arch rival Cardington. Just 20 minutes down the road here in Morrow County, maybe even shorter than that, but 8 minutes back on the clock, and we see these two teams. What did they figure out there in that first quarter about each other?
Yeah, we're going to find out here pretty quickly. In fact, there's already been a switch on defense for Cardington, and they're going into a 1-3-1 zone.
Bolt forced to just throw this off of a Cardington leg.
Kind of interesting switch there. It's always great to switch it up, give different looks. But Mount Gilead was actually only 1 for their last 10 field goal attempts by playing man-to-man.
Lob over top. Pohlkotte catch and shoot, top of the key, off the back iron. Long rebound for Hull.
Mount Gilead launching the threes tonight. They're trying to get that scoring average up. They're only 1 for 11 though.
Nice play, design. However, Longsdorff can't finish. Rebound inside. Bertke is fouled. She'll head back to the line.
Bertke going to the line. This will be the 9th and 10th free throws of the first half for Cardington. Only 2 for Mount Gilead.
First shot goes through.
What's her free throw percentage on the season?
Yeah, so she shoots 69%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's top 5 in the league, I'm sure.
And the roster says she's 5'8". I don't know if I believe it. I don't think I buy it. Maybe a little bit taller than that. 17-8 as she goes 2 for 2 at the line. Great press break by MG. Balt steps through. She's fouled. And Bailey's going to the line. Bailey just 10 shots at the line this year, and it looks like she's not going to get any more, and they're going to call it on the floor. 1 team foul each here in this second.
That is the second foul on Bertke. She takes a seat on the bench.
Great defense by Cardington as Trainer took a death dribble in the corner. Ball zips over to White, crossover move, handoff staying on the left wing here, now moving towards the middle. Blevins swings it near side. Into the post, Longsdorff. She'll dance on Irwin, picks up her dribble, has to go back out top. Straight line drive from Howard, kick to the corner, back into Longsdorff. Longsdorff, long hook shot, does not go.
Don't see many of those in high school girls basketball. Cardington back to their aggressive man-to-man. A little too aggressive.
And White will be called for the blocking foul.
You know, the way the game's going right now, you're gonna be looking at the depth of both teams tonight with all the fouls we've had. 13 fouls already here in the first half with only 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Bolt looking for some teammates. Good defense by Howe for now, and it's a 5-second call.
Yeah, 5-second call there, another turnover. Got to make some sort of offensive move towards the basket, or they're going to call that if you're closely guarded. That might have been 4.5, but you can round it up and say that was 5.
Yeah. Step at the free throw line. Blevins gets the basketball back. Spin move in the lane between two defenders. Counted in 1.
That's a highlight we want to keep for later on.
London Blevins with the touch. With the kiss, as Bill Raftery would say.
Blevins, I believe, is just under double figures a game, right? 9.
Yeah, 9 points a game. This would make it 6 today for her. Off the back iron. Ball tipped out. Last off of Mount Gilead. Yeah, I think it was Irwin that had a fingertip on that.
Thought she was going to be able to maintain control, and just at the last second got a finger on it.
Celia looks inside. Great pin, but Longsdorff lost it on the way up. No touch from Cassidy.
Longsdorff got hit in her face, but it was by the basketball, it looks apparently.
The game can be cruel. Kendall Neal finds a backdoor cut, and Pohlkotte is no good on the shot. Trainer, nice rebound.
Got to score up to the basket and shoot a layup right there.
Irwin puts on her post moves, goes with the up and under again. Just too hard off the glass. Ends up with the basketball back. Whipple into the game, catch and shoot. And Blevins cleans up things for Cardington.
And Mount Gilead getting back into their cold streak again, one for the last 13 attempts.
And they find a shooter, Celia Hall.
Coach Bolt going to be calling for a timeout here. A little bit of a run. 7-0 to start the second quarter for the visiting Lady Pirates.
That's now 2 timeouts called by Mount Gilead here in this first half with 5.5 minutes to go. Take a brief break. We'll come back. Step aside on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back out of the timeout. Mount Gilead just called their second timeout of the half. 5:21 to go here in this second, and Cardington has blitzed them 22-8.
Yeah, shooting 50% from the field. Mount Gilead's only shooting 16%. Cardington also has 8 points at the free throw line to Mount Gilead only having 1. There's your difference of 14 points.
Mind you, this first matchup between these two teams in the KMAC earlier on in the year, 36-30 in favor of Mount Gilead. Cardington nearing that total they had in the last game here in the second quarter. Neal steps around to screen. A lot of movement here for Mount Gilead. Good pick and roll. Irwin just not comfortable inside right now as she misses again.
Yeah, she's shooting them a little too hard so far this evening.
Hall's hit a few threes today. Zips one cross court. Longsdorff catches in stride, goes right to the basket, and one again. Some great finishing touches from the Pirates today.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the contest. Cardington's just very physical team.
Sheesh. 24-8.
Coach Balt's going to be going digging deep into her bench tonight. That's the 9th foul here in the first half with half of the second quarter to go.
Missed free throw. Will not convert the three-point play. We stay locked at Mamba numbers. Neal dances around again to the corner. Whipple dances on the baseline and draws a foul.
That's a nice little floater right there going into the hoop.
So Kylie Whipple, she'll line up to shoot 2. First shot is in. Been a rough year for her at the line this season. That's now 5 of 14. Starting to get towards that 50% mark. Maybe could get it here. Off just a bit to the right. Longsdorff quick outlet to Blevins. Blevins, spin move, dancing again.
Trying another and one there.
Pohlkotte leaking out, lays it in. She's got 7 today. Actually make it 8. And a timeout by Cardington pretty quickly.
Yeah, Coach Klinger didn't like what you saw on that fast break and quickly wants to change. No momentum can be arranged.
That's another full timeout, so we'll take one with them here on the OH Report. It's 24-11, Cardington on top.
I like like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Back out of the timeout was the first one called by Cardington, thanks to a leak out by Danielle Pohlkotte that caught the Pirates off guard in transition. Coach Klinger did not like the play, and she's been pretty strict with her defensive play style, and if she doesn't see something that she doesn't like, she's going to call a timeout. Great job there by Blevins to respond with a nice three.
Well, let's just say that she dialed that one up at the timeout.
Could give her the coach's point there.
And switched it back to their 1-3-1 zone. Oh, back into their man-to-man.
Neal, nice spin move, gets inside, no good. Trainer is blocked. Bertke rejects it. Other way we go. Blevins in the break, spin, stops on a dime, bank shot no good. Ball tapped out by Mount Gilead.
Well, Cardington does a really nice job getting the ball to the basket on the offensive end, that's for sure. 27 points, and like you stated, last time they played, they had 30 total.
We got an offensive foul.
It's like an illegal screen on someone out there.
We were in replay. We'll try to show you this. Yep, saw it on the left side of your screen there.
Well, that'll get people open in a hurry if you don't get caught.
I believe they called that on Keely Pearl.
So that will put the home team in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Pohlkotte rises to the rim. Starting to try to get this team back in rhythm. She's got 10 of the 13 today for Mount Gilead.
She will be the key to them staying close.
Bertke kick to the corner. Blevins off to the left. Look who's there for the rebound. And then a little aggressive trying to get the third attempt. Trainer draws the foul, and that's going to be, I believe,
it may be 3.
Yeah, the third on Jill Bertke. So she'll have to take a seat with 2:40 to go here in the half. And that's the 5th foul on Cardington, so free throws now going for Kenley Trainer.
I'd imagine she'll be done for the half with 3 fouls for sure, especially with a 14-point lead. Save everything for the last half.
Free throw zone. First shot through.
And Mount Gilead has now scored as many points as they did all night on Thursday when we were here a couple nights ago.
She goes 2 for 2 at the line. Lead is now dwindled to 12 here for the Pirates. We'll start to see some high pressure from Mount Gilead in the full court.
It's a good give and go on the press breaker.
Dangerous ball to the middle, still stays with the Pirates, and Blevins scoops it up. Howe drives towards the baseline, cut off. London, lob over top. Give and go, London steps in for 3. Ball tapped out to Brannon. Neal finds a leaking Pohlkotte in the corner. Too hard. Kendall with the rebound, taps it off Cardington.
Oh, the Cardington student section does not like the call. Well, we've got the replay for you.
I don't know how good the replay is going to be, but there's a crowd of players. Right out of it.
It's a great out of bounds play. Pohlkotte just couldn't connect. Quick turnover.
London lost it, got it back, threw up a prayer. And here comes Mount Gilead now. Kendall back to Danny. She's been open quite a bit today. And another rebound blocked by Longsdorf. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Alexis finds Celia, not afraid to shoot. She's been hot today. Mount Gilead's score is doubled again.
Yes. Just when they make a mini run.
Charlie nearly lost it. Danny has to scoop up the basketball, and Coach Balt forced to call a timeout.
That's her third. Just didn't want that turnover. Thought that was more important to get the timeout than turn the ball over.
15-7 here in the second quarter. It's a 30-second. We'll stay here for this. Minute and 11 to go. Coach Klinger talking into her players over there for Cardington. Coach Balt just trying to recollect this group. Seems like a few things are getting rushed out on the floor right now.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to do that while the stars out of the game for Cardington. See if you can trickle back into the game. But I think when you have Longsdorf as your second big, you're usually pretty good if you've got one of the two in foul trouble probably still.
So for Mount Gilead, the goal at this point, maybe get it within 10 with 2, maybe 3 possessions left to your belt here in this second quarter.
And you got a foul to give, so you can be pretty aggressive if you're Mount Gilead as well. But get yourself to the free throw line. Score with no clocks coming off.
MG is in the bonus. They'll lob it over top. Neal picks up her dribble, nearly threw it away. She does.
She did.
Steal by the Pirates in transition. The layup no good. Kendall picks up the loose change to the corner, and Whipple's fouled again, and she'll get some more free throws.
Well, we talked about getting to the free throw line. Here you got an opportunity.
Kylie Whipple, just a sophomore. Off the back iron with her first, and Coach Klinger will bring in a substitution.
I think she was 1 of 2 at the line the last time she was there. Now Longsdorf's out for the rest of that. Probably saving her from getting a foul maybe.
Yeah, she's got 2.
So Cardington's going to go small here.
And because of that, we see a rebound won by Brandon, but she does get the tie up. Cardington gets a break there.
Looks like a 2-2-1 full court press by Mount Gilead.
Zip one to the middle, Hauk. Pohlkotte nearly read the pass.
Coach Klinger's probably hoping for the last second shot here.
Good movement out at the perimeter by these Pirates. Baseline drive, turnaround jumper. Too long. Pohlkotte scoops it up with under 20 seconds left. First half coming down to the dying embers. Whipple in the corner. Too strong on the 3. Tapped out by Blevins.
He'll stay there.
And you could see she was frustrated with some of her teammates not getting in to go crash the glass. 9.3 left. Gotta think you need a bucket here. No go to Irwin. She'll shoot over top. Just too much.
Hasn't been able to deliver tonight so far.
Celia Hall zips the pass. Hauk at the horn. Gets it.
Wow.
And the three-point barrage continues to the dying embers of this half. First bucket of the game for Jillian Hauk makes it a 33-15 halftime score. We'll take a break, come back with some numbers. Cardington on a roll here on the road.
Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again. Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Brody, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It is time for your halftime show, presented to you by the Morrow County Jobs and Family Services. Jonathan Langdon alongside Craig Faldy. You are witnessing the 6th grade girls out on the floor playing between Mount Gilead and Cardington. Two great programs, two great communities coming out and supporting. That's why we've got a little bit bigger of a crowd than usual for these girls' games today. But some great action going on out on the floor as we speak and talk about this halftime score, 33-15, and these teams are going to be battling it out here in the second half. Mount Gilead, they've got some catching up to do because they shot 5 of 29 from the field.
Yeah, 6 of 35 the other night, 5 of 29 tonight. The biggest thing, they're trying to get their points through the three-pointers, but they're 1 for 15. And just a big turnaround from the last time that they played just 7 games ago, where Mount Gilead actually defeated Cardington 36-30, but not tonight.
So a lot of free throws as well. Cardington shooting pretty well, 8 for 12 from the stripe. Mount Gilead actually winning that rebound battle, 22-17, despite the big difference in score. And then the 5 threes raining down for Cardington, and especially the one that just fell at the end of the second quarter from Howe to really put a stamp on the statement that was that first half from Cardington.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, other than full court pressure, what you can do as Mount Gilead, but Cardington a little bit more physical of a team tonight, definitely a better shooting team as well. It's going to be hard to recover down 18 when you only had 14 the other night and 15 tonight and a half, so see what happens.
Well, shout out to those girls out on the floor, putting a cap on youth night here for Mount Gilead and Cardington as the program and the future of the programs for both of these teams celebrated tonight here in Morrow County. And both teams getting ready to go out on the floor. We'll take one more break and come back here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Time to take a second and thank our sponsors bringing you tonight's live and free coverage. Shout out to the Morrow County Job and Family Services. Call the number in the description or visit their location here in Mount Gilead to see what services are available for your family. 8 Sisters Bakery, located at exit 151 just off 71 North in Mount Gilead. Mike Sayers Farms is a local farm family. Mike Farms with his 4 sons specializes in grain farming and raising beef and pork. They sell meat directly from their farm to your table. You can call 419-210-0322 for any inquiries. Laborers Local 1216, feel the power of local union 1216, serving members in North Central Ohio with workplace safety, protection training, and more. Find out more online on our website and our Facebook page in the description of this broadcast here tonight. Schmidt Security Pro, from the field to your front door, trust Schmidt Security Pro to protect what matters most. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. And then finally, Spherion Mid-Ohio, let's get to work. Well, work's about to be had here in the second half. We'll step aside one more time. Third quarter, it will be underway when we return on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, Start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
(33-15) as the third quarter just about set to go. Jonathan Langdon alongside Craig Faldy. Shout out to Dylan Farrell, also your camera operator here tonight from MG. And just taking a quick look at the leading scores before we get started with this second half. Danielle Pohlkotte has scored 10 of the 15 for Mount Gilead tonight. And then on the other side, 3 triples from Celia Hall have her leading Cardington today in scoring with 9.
She's typically not one of the higher scorers on the team, but hey, if your other two aren't scoring as well, you've got all these other options. It's interesting when your 2 highest scorers aren't scoring as much as normal, and you can still come into a gym, get an 18-point lead at halftime. Really good defense. Definitely out-physicaled Mount Gilead in the first half. A long road to hoe here for Mount Gilead in half number 2.
Glaring number for Mount Gilead as they start their offense. They went 5 for 29 from the field. They went 1 of 15 from 3 in that first half. We'll see if they have any answers here in this first possession. High 1-2-2 from Cardington.
They haven't showed this look much at all tonight.
Left wing 3, that's a great start. Kendall Neal's first points of the game.
We were just talking at halftime. She's been awfully quiet tonight, but not now.
Hall wanted to find Longsdorff in the post. Great cutoff by Trainer. Berkey has to create for herself. Passes it off now. Alexis takes it off the side of the backboard. In transition. Bounce pass through the lane, and Pohlkotte cannot finish.
Shot it just a little bit too early, but boy, is she quick.
Great look for Longsdorff in and out on the shot, but she is fouled. So 2 at the line coming up.
Longsdorff does a really nice job getting the ball to the basket. She averages only 5.6 points per game, which kind of surprises me based on what we're seeing.
First shot for Alexis is good. Take a look at that 3 on the other end by Mount Gilead, just their second triple of the game. And it's great to see it.
A set shot like that.
Yeah, and it's great to see it on the first shot of the second half.
Absolutely. Needs some ray of hope here.
No good on the second shot for Longsdorff. She splits the pair at the line.
Everyone's done a nice job rebounding tonight, that's for sure. As they are winning the rebounding battle is Mount Gilead.
Yeah, they had it 22-17 there in that first half in that category. Ball zips to Bolt, entered inside, and Irwin is stripped but fouled.
See if they're going to call it in the act of shooting or on the floor.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's going to be on the baseline. Oh, well, both officials are going to argue it. One of the officials near side with us calls it 2 shots, so that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah, some booing from the crowd. I would have gave her the shot attempt, but
yeah. So Irwin, a great chance to get her rhythm going. However, it goes in and out on that first shot.
Yeah, she's had a tough night, just 2 points so far.
Averages 5.5. Off the back iron, and Howe trails out the long rebound. She knocked down the 3 in the dying seconds of the quarter in the second.
A high arching 3.
Yeah, it was the 5th 3 to fall for Cardington in the game. She steps in this time, the lefty and the midi. Can't get it to go, and the ball saved over to Coach Klinger. Not much she can do about it other than give it back to the official, and we're heading the other way.
Coach Klinger looks like she may have been a player back in the day. At least she has some good height.
Yeah.
And some high heels to boot.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's the heels maybe doing a little bit of the show, but certainly has her girls putting on a show here from Mount Gilead. Pohlkotte from 3, misses short. Great rebound by Longsdorff. She'll see Blevins down the floor. Defense cutting pass. Reset for the Lady Pirates. Spin move. Blevins tries to take it. Irwin high rebound. Kendall Neal down the floor. Ooh, big bump off Longsdorf. They let it go, and that's going to lead to a Pohlkotte three that misses. How about that?
That was one of the most interesting no calls I've seen in a while. I think everybody's stopped waiting for the whistle, and their officials are like, it's getting kind of late tonight. We're not going to call that.
8:37.
A little walking. Yeah.
Turks and Caicos there for Celia Hall.
Yeah. Well, 19 turnovers in that first half. That's the first turnover in 3 minutes. I love that kind of ball. And Cardington very happy to just sit in that 1-2-2.
Kendall back to Bolt, lob inside. You could tell they want to give it to Cassidy Irwin, and that's a good choice.
Yes.
And a timeout by Coach Klinger. She'll respond to what we're seeing out of the Mount Gilead's offense here.
Yes. Not liking what's happened here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. She'll have 3 timeouts left, I believe.
Yep, and this one's a 30.
Coach Bolt's got 2 left.
You're correct.
I'm right.
5:15 to go here in the third quarter. Of course, the KMAC race pretty much over at this point. As Centerburg was able to take down Fredericktown earlier today, they are going to have at least a share of the KMAC title. However, will they share it? Will they have it outright? That depends on the Northmore-Loudonville game today.
If anybody has an update on it, let us know. I don't believe we're there, correct?
We are not there tonight, no.
We're here on youth night with a ton of people. So, both schools, especially Cardington, with a good student body.
Blocking foul. This will go on Mount Gilead. And that is Brandon. Not Charlie Brandon. That is Livy Brandon who picks up the foul. Nice look inside. Bertke draws a foul. So she is going to tail herself out there at the charity stripe.
A lot of kids with 2 fouls. Not in too much jeopardy just yet. Misses the first.
Yeah, can't get it to go. Jill today just 6 points. Averages 14 a game this year. She's halfway there after that shot. 35-20. Certainly still striking distance for Mount Gilead, especially with how their offense has clicked here in the third. So they go back to Irwin, cross pass to Neal. Don't think she has a dribble. Has to go back to Cassidy. Stays inbounds, I thought at least. At very last moment, it's a turnover.
Yep. Toe on the line right there. Coach Bolt having a discussion with the official, saying there's a little bit of physicality going on inside. We'd appreciate the call. Cardington has not scored a basket in the third quarter.
You were wondering if your jinx was going to hit there?
Yeah, I was waiting to call myself out on that one.
How? 2 for 2. Great shooting from her today. Makes the lead 18.
That's where we were at the half.
And Kendall has it ripped. Jump ball. Jillian gets a hand in there.
A little frustration there by Kendall Neal.
Longsdorf will take a break as she watches her team up by 18 from the bench now, coming in White.
First action of the night, I believe.
Now she was in for a little bit there in the first half. Saw her a lot in the JV game. Has it here. Attacks. Averages about 5 a game. She'll draw a foul here and shoot 2.
That'll be the 4th foul on Mount Gilead here. So Cardington will be in the bonus the rest of the quarter. We still got half of it to go.
Another lefty for this group. Knocks it through.
Yeah, they're pretty ambidextrous down there in Cardington.
Yeah.
Or shall I say up there.
No, it's down there.
Is it down?
Yeah, it is down there.
North, south, east, west. Sometimes you just get turned around when you do all this kind of travel.
Yeah. Short on the second shot, but look at Bertke crashing the glass. White gives to Hall. She shot it well from 3, won't take one there. Unselfishly gives to Blevins. And then a long pass that was supposed to start a transition. Nobody was there for Mount Gilead. Blevins dances through, finds Bertke. It is a 21-point lead.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little out of hand here.
Bertke now with 9.
Cardington going back to a man-to-man defense.
Ooh, White I thought got in there clean, as did everybody for Cardington on our side here.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when you're looking at the official from that side of the court, she's reaching in with her wrong hand per se. In his view, we've got a much better
That's a lefty.
view. He could have looked up at us. We'd have pointed, what to do. I know all the referee signals. We'll tell them what to do.
I'd be impressed if they were looking up at us. I don't know if they want to look at us ever for any advice. Blevins scoop and score nearly. She's fouled by Pohlkotte. London Blevins leading the team in scoring with 10, but not by much. Hall's got 9. Bertke's also got 9, and then 6 points for Howe. Rattles out on the first. Kendall Neal back in the game for Mount Gilead. So a short stint for Livy Brannon.
We got a whole lot of ball game left. This is going to be Cardington's 20th free throw attempt.
0 for 2. But Jill there for the rebound. And Blevins has it back. Dances, spin, move, jumper, a little bit long. And Kendall looking to run. Neal takes it the distance.
She's got 5 quick points.
Bertke inside out. There's White. Short. Kendall the rebound. See if she runs it out again. Finds a teammate down the floor. Pohlkotte has to dodge an official. And then she turns it over. Celia Hall on the leak out. That's a bucket.
Thought she was going to travel all the way there. She stuck the landing.
She's got 11 now. She leads the team in scoring. McKinley bumped the other way. Short, Irwin, rebound, puts it back. Seen a wave of scoring here with 2 minutes to go in the third.
It's fun to watch.
Double screen. It's a great one. Triggers an open White. Can't get it. And Pohlkotte is fouled on the loose ball. It's going to be the third team foul. One sub each for both sides. Longsdorf comes in. Trainer, 2 starters.
That's been one of the more of the physical games we've had this year, especially on the girls' side.
Fouls certainly have stacked up. Cardington's in the bonus. Mount Gilead, 2 fouls away from that. Trainer inside out look, blocked. Bump was going for the 3. Longsdorf recovers well. Look at her fly in.
She did kind of come out of nowhere on that one.
Trainer loses it out of bounds, and Alexis is loving that. Her defensive effort on the block turns into a turnover.
Yeah, their 17th turnover of the night. It's just a couple too many. We were hoping 15 or less tonight, which is one of our keys.
Longsdorf bumped, ends up working out as Bertke gets good positioning, and we're headed right back to the line. Jill looking to get to double figures. knocks through the first one. It's a 20-point lead again. Biggest lead of the day is 21 for the Lady Pirates.
It's a very deceiving 5-13 record, this Cardington group. She said we hadn't seen them this year.
Usually you say they look the part. Cardington does not look the part right now.
No.
But in a good way. Ooh, dangerous pass. Neal fortunate to get it back. And Bolt tripped up. That'll be the fourth foul on Cardington. Bertke picks it up. That's her fourth.
That is her fourth. Coach may be sitting her down even with a big lead, at least until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I just saw Paige say, go get her. Go get her. So Blevins will take her out.
She's a little frustrated. She probably thought she'd probably commit her fifth if she stayed in there. Take a timeout here.
Box set up for Mount Gilead. Lob over top bump. Zips it to Pohlkotte. Double teamed. Tight pressure on the perimeter. Neal catch and shoot. That's her second three of the quarter.
She's having a nice third quarter here. That's 8 points.
All here in these last 6 minutes. High toss for Longsdorf. It's a shove. And the whistles have been busy.
Yes, they have. That is a 17th foul on Mount Gilead. '23rd and 24th free throws coming up.
Up comes Alexis Longsdorf. Someone tried their darndest to distract her there at the line. Did not work.
Barely got the front of that rim on that last one. And that was too much.
Another trip, 1 for 2 there for Longsdorf. And a high pass looking for Danny is too high. 54.2 on the clock.
Full court press here by Mount Gilead again.
Starting to get to desperation mode. Down by 19 at this point. Longsdorf dances on the defense. What a day here from these Lady Pirates.
Yeah. They look very, very impressive here on the road.
And Neal loses it out of bounds.
Coach Bolt showing a little frustration. 2 timeouts left. Not sure if it's going to do much good here.
White will get it across the timeline with 40 seconds left. Well, somehow finds Blevins. Bounce pass. Howe fakes the shot, now goes inside. It's an offensive foul.
Going to call the offensive foul. Nice defense.
Official had probably the best look in the gym at it, I will say, and emphatically calls it an offensive foul.
Yep. Very confident in his call.
Timeout, Coach Klinger.
And there will not be a shooting foul since it was offensive. But both teams are in the bonus.
Great scoring third, 15-12 in favor of Cardington.
Some good varsity action here in the third quarter. I think the fourth quarter is we're going to have to come to the decision who's going to come up here and have a conversation with us after the ball game, because there's 3-4 girls that could be here.
I mean, I got a handheld, Mike. We could just bring them all up. Take a look at the schedule coming up. I actually don't know what I am doing next week, so that is currently what I am looking up. I know that we have a graphic for it. But next week, you and I, or at least I have to ask you, I guess I'll ask you right now, are you free on Tuesday?
I don't know. I am free on Tuesday. What are we doing Tuesday?
Lucas at Centerburg Girls.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be a fun one.
So I'm going to take the question marks off our schedule there. So that'll be our next broadcast as the KMAC season, of course, pretty much over. Kendall Neal continues her hot third quarter. She's got 10. But still some non-conference going. 3 seconds left. Blevins at the horn. A little too short off to the left.
Looked like that was almost going to bank in.
48-29 as money time's up next. Bank seems to be closed, though. Cardington might close the deal here in these next 8 minutes.
have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
So probably 6:45.
Yep, 6:45 there for that senior night as we're back in action. We were talking about at the end of the third quarter, Lucas taking on Centerburg. That'll be at the heart of Ohio. Senior night for those Lady Trojans that have a full starting 5 of seniors. So it'll be a special night to celebrate on Tuesday. Jump ball here underneath as money time starts from Mount Gilead.
Yeah, and they deserve a lot of people to come out. They've had great careers.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of wins for Coach Abner there.
Put out a tweet today. That's how I figured out about that result between Centerburg and Fredericktown earlier today. He's really proud of those girls after a really resilient win, I believe on the road at Fredericktown in that game. Irwin fighting inside. There's another jump ball. Second one in just 30 seconds. Arrow towards, is it Mount Gilead here? Yes. Irwin catches middle of the press. Bump. Gives away. If you're Mount Gilead, you got to get some good looks. Got to start knocking down shots. It's going to have to be quicker.
Yeah, a little sense of urgency, I would agree.
Irwin takes a hit in the middle. I think that'll go on Hauk. That'll be her 3rd foul of the game. That's actually her 4th. No, that can't be right.
This time, there's
No, it's the 3rd. They accidentally gave it to number 12 on Mount Gilead.
Yeah.
Even though 12 is not even out there for Mount Gilead right now. Back in the block. Ooh, tough angle there for Cassidy. 7 minutes left in the 4th. Looks like Cardington is going to split this series with their rival and get an impressive win here on the road.
That was a nice little scoop inside there.
Neal finds the freshman up the floor and bump. Takes a bump. Get you a look at it again as McKinley will go to the line.
She doesn't think she did anything.
Nick Hall swipe down.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a lot of contact, but just a reach in there.
She'd have just kept her arms up instead of doing the Indian chop there.
And quite honestly, bump was a little out of control. Probably could have let off and wouldn't have really done anything. Maybe pulled the chair on her. .38-31. 2 for 2 there for McKinley at the line. Blevins finds Bertke. Jill holds on to the basketball, gives to Howe. Blevins creates some separation. Student section enjoyed it.
Kind of like a little stiff arm there.
Longsdorf.
Nice move.
Ooh, nearly got the reverse, but look who's there. Bertke cleans it up. 50 points for Cardington tonight. Shout out to this Cardington student section that has shown out today. And as I look, I can't lie, Mount Gilead. It's not looking great tonight.
No.
You've been outnumbered.
You've been outshone by your rivals, for sure.
Cardington student section has been standing the entire game. And as a result, 5 or 6 rows behind them are completely empty.
Everybody had to adjust so they could see the rest of the game pleasantly.
Ooh, dangerous ball. Longsdorf gets it out.
Dangerous balls.
Bertke scanning the floor, finds Hout. Neal bumps her out. to the three-point line.
This might be one of the more ugly possessions I've seen in a while.
Yeah. And it ends in a turnover.
Who could have predicted?
The writing was on the wall as Coach Klinger just had to watch in a full timeout. Looks like it's called by Mount Gilead. They'll have one timeout left today. So I'll give you a rundown of our week. Of course, still some KMAC action to be had on the boys' side. As next week, we talked about that Lucas-Centerburg girls game. Wednesday, Fisher Catholic, team in Danville's district, will play at Danville on Wednesday night. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off. Should be a fun one there between district rivals. And then on Friday, you and I, Cray, will be on the call for Fredericktown at Centerburg. Of course, a game that was as lopsided as they come the first time around on the boys' side. Fredericktown beat Centerburg 62-9.
Yeah, there could be some revenge there for the. I don't know if it'd be revenge, but you know it's going to be better showing than what you saw. And then I think Saturday potentially East Knox girls.
East Knox girls, you're correct. I wish I would have kept my calendar out, but I will tell you, it actually has been switched. So we will not have East Knox girls. Or I won't. Maybe you are going to be on the schedule for that. Let me check. Yeah, you're going to be with Travis, so it'll be Hillsdale at East Knox.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm going to be
Travis. I haven't been with him this year.
I'm going to be in Ashland next weekend. I'm going to be home, dog sitting. Pohlkotte, nice job inside. 17-point game.
The hometown of Ashland.
I apologize as this may turn into some blowout material here for the final 5 minutes of the game. However, Mount Gilead is surging a little bit here in the last few.
Yeah, I'm glad to see them just at 33 compared to 14 the other night. Maybe give them a little confidence.
Bertke somehow gets the ball back. Oh, man.
Yes.
She's starting to take over this game. She's over her average now. She's got 15.
Yeah. She's as advertised, that's for sure.
And I'll tell you what, we haven't seen Cardington hardly at all this season, so maybe for the load of work, we'll bring up Jill at the end of this one. Ball sneaks into Trainer. Kick, though. I mean, Jill was such a big piece to what they'd had last year with this group that had some surprising wins. Abigail Hardwick, someone that graduated last year, playing at Mount Vernon Nazarene this year as a freshman.
Wow.
But outside of Hardwick, a couple other seniors you lose, but you bring back a lot of that team. And this record, a little bit surprising.
Yeah. From what I'm seeing, I can't believe they're 5-13. You know, when you think about it, whatever their RPI is or whatever when they're during the tournament, I wouldn't want to face I wouldn't want to face a 5-13 team that's this good.
Yeah, it'd be a very generous seating. There's a nice pass between posts. Longsdorf finishes it off.
You're making the game look easy right now.
9 points for Alexis.
And Coach Bolt immediately wants to get Irwin back in the game to stop that nonsense in the paint.
White scanning the floor, doesn't see much. It is a 21-point game. Ties for the game high. Nice jump ball there for Danny getting in there. So Irwin back on the floor, as you said. Also, looks like Bailey Bolt will come back in.
Do you have dates on the beginning of the girls' tournament? Yeah.
Putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up here as we see Bertke going to work. Passes it off again. Blevins has it taken. Pohlkotte, the track star apparently.
Wow.
Outpaces everybody.
Yeah, I hope she runs track because she's way too fast to not be doing anything in the spring. Maybe she's a softball player. Who knows?
Yeah, you made the comment earlier in the first half. She had a leak out play that forced a timeout out of Coach Klinger, where she showed off the Jets. Got past everybody for Cardington.
Yeah, wasn't even close.
And here she goes again. Right on cue. Danny Pohlkotte going to add some more.
Well, maybe somebody in the chat will tell us if she's a track runner or cross country, softball.
Well, I got your answer. First week of tournament Looks like it is the week of the 16th in February. So
week of the 16th.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Week after next. Yep.
Timeout on the floor. So the Battle of 42 looks like it's going to be split this year. So Mount Gilead stormed into Cardington, got a win there early in the year, and Cardington does the same here in bigger fashion. So it just seems like it's just been a rough couple of games. This is now going to be 6 straight losses for Mount Gilead.
Yeah, they're going in the wrong direction at the wrong time of the year. Maybe they can squeeze another game or two out before the tournament starts. So. But that's been the story of the KMAC girls this whole season is the different teams that you see on a week-to-week basis. They seem to all go in streaks. You know, certain teams will win 3, 4, 5 out of 6. Then they'll go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak. Then they'll knock off somebody who's really good.
Yeah. A little bit of that happened last year. Like I remember mentioning earlier in the game that Cardington upset Fredericktown last year. So that happened a little bit, but it was not nearly as intense as we're seeing this season, as we're going to have a 3-loss team where 2 of them, at the matter of fact, split the title most likely.
Yeah, last year, was it Centerburg won the league or was it Fredericktown?
It was Fredericktown.
Centerburg had a pretty darn good team last year also.
Yeah.
With what was her, Larimore?
Yep.
If I remember right. She was Player of the Year 2 years in a row. You know, it's like 4 turnovers in a row for Centerburg. Coach Klinger's probably getting a little frustrated.
Neal open again. It's been a great second half for her. She's got 12 just in these 2 quarters.
She had 0 at halftime. You're right. Maybe we should talk about her more often at the start of the game.
Yeah. Ooh, triple threat. Causes Bailey to stumble. She's got a grin on her face. She gets back on defense. Dangerous ball. Deflected out. Berkey keeps it. 2 minutes to go here in this 4th.
They're content to cut some time off the clock here.
Hall picks up her dribble. Gives it back away to White. And that's poked out by Kendall. Minute 50 on the clock.
A little too much standing around, too much dribbling right now. I think Coach Klinger would probably like this last minute 50 to go pretty fast.
Yeah, both teams with 1 timeout left after the one we just saw called by Cardington. Ooh, that's going to be backcourt. Yep. One of the most obvious ones of the season.
That's 5 consecutive turnovers by Centerburg, and in comes Larimore.
We were just talking about Larimore, but that's Alexis Longsdorff checking into the game.
Longsdorff, sorry.
It's the second time today, Craig. Man,
it's overly focused.
It's been a day. It's for sure.
It's just way too late at night.
A lot of great basketball today across the state. Of course, tourney tune-up at the Berg has been live and free here in the OH Report. A couple of those games, and then also Battle at the Berkey. Fortunately, we reached out to Smithville to see if we could cover that event, but they had their own streaming crew already. And it's not a media company that I found out. It's just some Smithville alum that come over and help out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So maybe next time if we ask a little bit sooner, but some great games over there at the Berkey, and that's going to dwindle into Sunday, as is the tourney tune-up at the Berg, which is in Margaretta.
They have the boys and girls over there?
Yeah, both of them do.
Nice.
Good take by Berkey. Crashes the glass. Ball ends up with Blevins.
Blevins with 12.
Ooh, dangerous pass. Swatted up towards us. Maybe like 12 rows down, but...
If they bat a ball up here, if somebody's got an arm.
I remember maybe like two years ago, we were on a game together, and there was a block that nearly got to us. I think we were a little bit further down than we usually are in the bleachers, but I had to watch for myself. Kylie Whipple, nice 3. Makes it a 14-point game.
Yeah, these last couple minutes have been all Mount Gilead. Too little, too late, obviously.
And Longsdorff loses it. Touched out of bounds as she tried to save it. 19.9 on the clock.
Well, they had one turnover after the third quarter. Now they've got 8 there the second half. So 7 turnovers by a little sloppy when you get a big 20-point lead like that.
See if Mount Gilead tries to get one more bucket here with 15 seconds left. Whipple, she's feeling it, right wing.
Might have got blocked. Nope.
Saved in play, and it looks like Cardington will hang on. Well, the season series will be split after this win for Cardington, but certainly an exclamation point with a now 14-point win on the road against their adversaries in Morrow County. Great win for the Lady Pirates. 56-42 as we wrap things up here. Your MVP, Jill Bertke, she'll join us upstairs on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Joe Bertke. Tune into The Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It's time for your Laborers Local MVP. Jill Bertke joins us here. Cardington gets a nice win here over Mount Gilead. Congrats on the rivalry victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been a double-double machine this year, 15 points, 11 rebounds today. I mean, what has really helped you just break out in that sort of way this year?
I think our whole team just came out this year with a lot of effort, and we're very willing to learn and just improve. So that helps in everything.
And I know the record doesn't look the greatest right now for you guys, but a great win like this today, you certainly did not look that part. Just tell me what's changed from some of those losses early on in the year into now.
I think we realized that we wanted it more, and we worked really well in practice, and every single practice we were trying our best, we were trying our hardest, and I just think we started to apply it in the games.
It was hard not to notice. Coach Klinger has been a little bit hard on you guys. A couple of rough plays. She calls quick timeouts. She talks to you guys in the huddle. What has it been like having her this year?
It's been great. She really, really pushes us. She knows a lot of us since we were really little, so that really helps. But, yeah, she's a great coach, and she just wants us to do our best.
All right, well, and then like these last couple of weeks of the season, anything can really happen. We saw it here tonight with this explosive win, but what are some goals moving forward for this group?
Just keep up the effort, keep working really hard as a team, and just go out there and try our best.
All right, absolutely. Congratulations
Thank
to you.
you.
Go ahead and take a look at the camera. Give any shout-outs you want.
Shout out to all my teammates.
That's it for you?
Yep.
All right, congrats, Jill.
Thank you.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Time for your post-game show, presented to you by Morrow County Jobs and Family Services. A rough loss here for Mount Gilead at home to their rival in Cardington, 56-42. Looks a little bit closer than it was. It was a good fourth quarter there by Mount Gilead that they won 13-8. But I mean, Cardington just from the get-go just really showed out tonight.
Yeah, they just came in and out-physicaled them the entire game, turned into a kind of a whistle fest. And that was to Centerburg's advantage because they're a more physical team, dominated on the inside. Mount Gilead is very, very cold in the first half. Shot a lot better in the second half. It was good to see that. But definitely the night for the 42 rivalry going straight to Cardington.
Yeah, and it was a split this season, but if you look at the points and the point differential, Cardington certainly gets it after this win today. But it helped with the 5 threes they reined in the first half. They didn't have that in the second half, but they kind of rode that lead they built and just kind of cruised to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Rebounding battle, turnover battle, foul battle, everything is just similar. But they did get to shoot 24 free throws. That's because of their physicality and attacking the basket. Mount Gilead only had 12 free throws. And over 50% shooting by Centerburg. That's just amazing.
So congratulations to Cardington today on the win, and they're going to be going up against Clear Fork on the road. They've got quite the gap between now and their next game. They won't play until the 7th, and then next week for Mount Gilead, they'll be at Elgin, a game that we covered here in the first year of the home-and-home last season. They won that game against Elgin. They usually do good against non-conference opponents, and I expect that to stay the same.
Yeah, I think, what are they, 4-1 this year?
Yeah.
4-2 in the non-conference, so it's interestingly enough. I don't know if that's a scheduling thing or
scouting.
Something's crazy about it, but good for them. Love to see them get another win before the tournament starts.
And as we're in the girls hoops realms, we'll show you the next couple of games coming up in the girls world. So a lot of Sunday games for that tourney tune-up at the Berg we were talking about at the end of the game. So Margaretta will be the big one there. They play at Columbus Grove. That'll be the nightcap in that one. Brian Skoronsky and Chris Bliley will be on the call for that. And then second to last one, that's when you'll hear us again. Lucas at Centerburg on Tuesday. That is going to be a 6:45 start for senior night for Centerburg, as they've got 5 great seniors they're going to honor in their awesome careers. So make sure to stay tuned for that in the world of the KMAC. They play Lucas. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Later end to this one, so we're going to go ahead and hit the road. Great job by Cardington. They get the win, and they move now to their 6th win of the season, their 5th in the KMAC, and their KMAC record closes out at 5-9. Jonathan Langdon here alongside Craig Foldy, also Dylan Farrell. I lost it. It's been a rough day for us, a little bit, a rough weekend here as we recovered from the spring break that we didn't expect to have, for I guess the winter break that we ended up having. But shout out to all of our sponsors bringing you tonight's live and free coverage as well. And we will see you for an exciting, action-packed next week here on the OH Report.